Good morning. Morning. Ah, this morning has been such an awesome morning already. I've received reports from anywhere from 100 to over 150 people joined the group out on Smathers Beach this morning for the Easter sunrise service. Ah, And so I would like to thank not only the awesome Sunrise Service team that facilitated the service and organized everything. I'd like to thank all of you, those of you who I know were present, because I've seen pictures, were present at the beach as well. You were holding that space of unity. You were holding the space of how we see Easter morning, how we hold our world, how we are accepting and blessing. And folks have shared with me that they've talked among the people who were present, and that most of them were from, out of town. They weren't necessarily locals. And I think what a blessing that is. They may go back to their own community and seek out a Unity Church or seek out a New Thought Center because of their experience this morning in Key West, Florida. Such a blessing that the entire service and your presence there to our world. And so we have reached the end of our Lenten season, this season where we focus on releasing and renewing. And we're releasing those things that no longer serve us, those behaviors, those thoughts, those deeply rooted beliefs, and we can only release them by being aware of what they are. And so we've been looking at different spiritual tools, different ways of holding ourselves, different perspectives. And then, of course, reaffirming a new way of living and a new way of loving in our world, coming forward in a whole person presence. So I'd like to begin this morning with an Easter story that's not a traditional Easter story. It's my Easter story of first coming to Unity of the Keys. And let me give you a little bit of a backstory. My former home church, where I was a very active member and a prayer chaplain and served on the platform for about 15 years, we were very conservative in our Christian symbols. You couldn't find a cross in the church anywhere. I think there used to be one on the podium and it was replaced. And so when I went to seminary, I was aware that I had a little bit of an aversion to the symbol of the cross and that I needed to work through that myself for my spiritual wholeness, to work through that. And so I come to Unity of the Keys, and our former church lady, Eileen, was always so excited to share with me rituals and annual events that Unity of the Keys held each year. And I remember one day when Keith was present, which was often, he was there a lot to fix things and take care of things, as he still is today. And he was cleaning out this shed, that little shed that's outside the fellowship room. And so he pulled the cross out to clean that area. So Eileen wanted to take me back and show me the cross, this cross right here, that green cross. So it was with great pride that she was showing it to me. And so when I first saw it, I tried so very hard to have my facial expression not reveal what I was feeling looking at this cross. Because look at the cross right now. I mean, it's green, it's raw, it's kind of harsh looking, and it's intended to be that way. For that's what we're doing this morning. We're transforming something that is not beautiful, that's raw, into something amazing. Just like we do with ourselves. We're transforming the rawness of who we are in our humanity to reveal the divinity of who we are as the divine, revealing the blossoms, the flower, the love, the life. And so the transformation of the cross ceremony there at Unity of the Keys was the first time I had ever participated in that service with all my years in Unity. And I have since introduced that and had similar crosses built in other communities, because it is truly a statement. What it symbolizes is so moving to us, especially those of you that get to be there in the sanctuary and have that manifestation before you that you help create. And so let's look at the Easter story that we share on Sunday. We've heard some of it this morning in our daily word. It's more than a historical story, although there is history to the story. It's more than a religious story, although, yes, it is very religious as well. When we look at the Easter story, we look at the arrest of Jesus, his betrayal. We look at his unfair treatment, his harsh treatment. We look at the crucifixion, which was actually an execution and a torture. And then we look at the resurrection, the transformation, the renewal of life, the message of hope. For that's what the Easter story is. It's a message of hope that's demonstrating that even death does not have the final word. Even death does not have the final word. And that is truly the message for each one of us. The message of transformation, the message of newness of life each and every day. And so this morning, we're going to continue with the story. And I'm taking this from the Gospel of Matthew this morning, the version that we are looking at together. And it is in chapter 28. Now, after the Sabbath, toward the dawn of the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone and sat upon it. His appearance was like lightning, and his garment was white as snow. And for fear of him, the guards trembled and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen, as he said. Come see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples that he has risen from the dead, and behold, he is going before you to Galilee. There you will see him. Lo, I have told you." So they departed quickly from the tomb with great fear and great joy, and ran to tell his disciples. And behold, Jesus met with them and said, "Greetings." And they came up and took hold of his feet and worshiped him. Then Jesus said to them, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee, and there they will see me." Well, in unity each year, we can wrestle with our Christian identity. Even though our foundation is Christian, it's first century Christian, we still wrestle with the tradition of reading these stories literally. For we approach the Bible in a metaphysical way. And this approach to the literal translation can be difficult for us. And we recognize that we draw great wisdom from the scriptures, from all of the scriptures, that there contains within the words and the stories so much wisdom and love and guidance. And so what do we do with the story? What do we do with this literal translation of the resurrection? We choose to believe. We choose to believe as only we can individually believe. For this story of resurrection is one of the most sacred of the stories in Christianity. And from this story emerges a renewal of faith, a true transformation. Imagine this morning being either one of those Marys walking to the tomb. There they are, probably arm in arm, overwhelmed by a feeling of grief, of utter mourning, for they loved Jesus. They loved Jesus the man, and they loved Jesus the prophet and teacher. And I'm sure their hearts were hurting because of the way he had been betrayed, and then what had happened after that. And their grief must have been so immense that it was palpable. permeating their very being, their mourning, their grief. And I can imagine the hopelessness that they must have felt. For Jesus taught love and compassion, and yet this was the end that he came to. And so do you remember a time when you felt a hopelessness? When maybe it seemed like everything that you wanted to be right and true and fair was just absolutely ripped away. You have felt it. I have felt it. And I am sure that morning that Mary Magdalene and Mary, mother of James, felt it too. To the core of their being, they felt an hopelessness, an absolute despair. And then there was an angel. There was an angel that was lightning and white and spilling words of emergence, words of transformation. He is not here. He is risen. Words of hope. And they fled the tomb quickly with fear and great joy. And that's what comes out of hopelessness, doesn't it? It's not a steady pace. There's not a sureness to our steps. There's hope and there's worry. There's this mixture that is going on within us. We have questions and we only have the vaguest of answers. We hope that something is happening. We want to trust that something is happening. And yet there's also fear within us as well. Another important piece of this story is that Jesus conveyed that he was to meet his disciples in Galilee. And metaphysically, Galilee represents a higher state of consciousness. It resembles seeing life from a higher perspective. You can call it Galilee consciousness. It's our Christ consciousness. And he was telling them that that is where he would meet them. So let's continue with a little bit more of this story. Now the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain to which Jesus had directed them. And when they saw him, they worshiped him, but some doubted. And Jesus came and said to them, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always to the end of the age." And lo, I am with you always to the end of the age. So Jesus brought these people back together. And it wasn't enough just to offer them hope. He gathered them. He affirmed their hope and he sent them out with purpose to share his message of love and compassion. And he promised to be with them. Because it takes a village, doesn't it? That's why we're here. That's why we gather on Sundays in the sanctuary or on YouTube or Zoom or Facebook. It's why we gather around the dining room table or in coffee shops. It's why we gather. We're meeting each other in our Galilees, in our higher states of consciousness, and we're making disciples of all of our nations. We're sharing our words of love and compassion, and we are confronting hopelessness and despair. We're building villages with one another. Imagine that sense of wonder and renewal that the followers of Jesus must have felt. Awestruck, renewed, transformed by the love of one another. And we're doing that all the time. We're doing that every Sunday service. We're even doing that in all of our committee meetings and the finance team and the search team and the board of trustees. We invite that feeling. We invite that feeling of being awestruck and renewed and transformed by love anytime we spend time together. And that's what the story of the resurrection offers us. It offers us hope. Hate and betrayal do not and will not prevail, says the resurrection. Hope will be restored. Lives will be restored. And we will emerge from the bleakest of absolutes to exist in the glory of love. to reveal that essence of love that is right there within each one of us. And I think that this is why the resurrection is one of the most important stories in the Christian tradition. And I think it is also why we can so passionately, in unity, embrace Easter joyfully. The answer to what we do with a story that is literal resurrection is to believe. Believe in hope. Believe in Galilee. Believe in transformation. Believe that we are the disciples of love in humanity. Believe. And we gather on Easter to celebrate and to honor the life of Jesus, our master teacher, to celebrate his life, to practice his principles, to live his teachings. And his teachings were to love one another, to seek God first, always. To seek God first and to know the good news that God is present right here, right now, right where we are, and to follow his example. And to remember that no matter what is happening to us, if it is not love, it is not the final word. And this morning, I would like to leave you with a blessing of the Easter basket. And this is a poem by Lucas Hergert. So let us imagine for a moment that our lives are like the baskets that children use to collect colorful eggs and candy, and that we welcome that imaginative connection. Let us pause for a moment to accept a blessing. May the things that you collect in your basket, like painted eggs and colorful flowers and Easter grass, bring to you a new appreciation of beauty. May the things that you collect in your basket, like chocolates and jelly beans, bring your life sweetness. May your basket always be full enough that you are able to share your bounty with others, especially those whose baskets do not contain as much. May your basket be large enough to accept the occasional disappointment of an empty Easter egg or perhaps a sticker instead of candy. May your life, like the egg before it is opened or the ribbon before it is untied, offer up new surprises that bring joy. And finally, may your life, like the reeds of the basket, be interwoven with others, partaking in a community to celebrate all that is good. In the spirit of little things that offer to us cherished meanings, may our lives indeed be blessed. And as we move into the time of our transformation of the cross, I have a poem by James Dillett Freeman, who's the late Unity Poet Laureate and leader. It's called Grace. Though God only can create, I till and weed, and then I wait. And in the thicket of my thought bloom flowers that I never wrought. I stand in wonder and behold beauty I never sowed unfold. Visions of faith, insights of love, truths that I had no forethought of. Somehow there is in me yet more than I myself might settle for. A faith that brings perfection out past my own powers. I have no doubt. One day, all unexpectedly, the rose of Christ shall bloom in me. And let us hold that vision of the bloom of Christ, the rose of Christ blooming in you as you gather up your flowers to take, to decorate the cross, to transform the cross. Know that you are the rose of Christ, that is the rose of Christ blooming in you. And the ushers will be directing you to come forward. And my suggestion is we have additional flowers there that the church has provided. Perhaps as you come forward and place your own flowers, and everyone has had a chance to do that that we can even make a second pass and add more flowers. And you'll be doing that for us. You'll be adding flowers for those of us who are on Zoom and Facebook and YouTube, so that we are all participating in this awesome, transforming service. I bless you this Easter. I'm so happy to be with you this Easter, and know that I love you. God bless you.